Want to mess with my settings because I feel like it looks.
How about now?
Yeah, that's good, guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live, and this is FSP Fun Speculation Podcast, episode number 65. Yeah, wow, we're finally getting up there on the numbers on this show, guys. We haven't missed as many episodes of FSP lately, but I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. We got a lot to talk about. You got $3,500 extra to spend. There's a device for you out there. What is it, Apple's VR thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were coming out with one, to be honest with you. Is it at least cordless?
It's wireless. You get 2 hours of battery life, but they made a marketing standpoint. It's like you can plug it in and it will last all day. No shit.
Right.
They're geniuses over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apple geniuses.
Everybody's going to be super excited to get into that marketplace. Let's go ahead and get started with this full slate today. We got a full panel for the first time in a while in FSP. Everybody was able to make it today, so appreciate you guys for being here. We'll get started with Psycho. What's up, Psycho?
Not much. How are you doing, my friend?
Not bad. I know that you had to miss on our prediction show, which you absolutely did not want to. I felt bad for you, but
yeah,
you know, I'm glad to have you here today. At least feeling a little bit better.
Yeah. I missed it. I was having a toothache, excruciating pain. Felt like just knives were being stabbed into my freaking head, and I just could not bear it. I couldn't. Every breath, it was like taking my breath away. When I breathed in, I was like just like gasping, and I was just like, nah, I can't be sitting there doing all that and then try to give my reaction or thoughts of what we were going to see possibly and whatnot, and me like stopping, and it would have been a fucking shit show. So I was like, you know what, unfortunately I'll have to sit this one out. But I missed all those guests, but I did watch, and everyone did an amazing job. Proud of everyone that came through, and for you guys having that, just the love from the content creators out there, showing what they think of that's in 5 days or now 4 days, right? So,
it's getting there. Well, it's six days. Yeah, 6 days. 3 days away from Summer Game Fest. 6 days away from Showcase. So, lots of stuff coming.
Yeah, great time to be a gamer right now. As Pong has said, golden age of gaming.
Yeah,
that's great time.
That's Pong's.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes.
Pong's.
Yeah. I'm just making it clear.
I know
other
there's
people
idiots out there that try to take it. I'm not gonna say his name because he doesn't deserve the breath, but great to. I've been playing the fuck out of Diablo. I hope that everybody out there has the chance to pick this game up. It is phenomenal. If you liked 3, 4 is gonna blow your freaking socks off. If you have not played it, pick it up. It's a great time to pick, and you kind of don't need to play the other games to understand the story, because they kind of there's enough lore out there that you can get caught up if you don't know.
And even if you played the other games, you still won't understand the story.
Yeah, and the chat's asking for the clan's name. It's Reapers of the Valley. You can shout out Steel Rain for coming up with the name. So if you like it or don't like it, blame Steel, but I think it's pretty cool. So Reapers of the Valley on Diablo 4, just search it up. There is a convoluted process to this. If you want to join our clan, we'd love having anybody that wants to join, right? But it doesn't allow us to send invites or whatever, and so you search for it and you ask for an invite, and then we invite you, and then after we invite you, you have to accept the fact that you are accepted into the clan by accepting our invite.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's a 3-step verification process to enter the clan. Just search it up and send us a request. We'll send you a request back, and then you accept our request that we sent you back to your request.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So,
It's weird. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is they did that in case you accidentally sent an invite. I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Or they were hacked and I don't know. But it's just weird, the 3-step process. But other than that, the game's phenomenal. Looks amazing. Enjoying the story. Enjoying the just. It doesn't feel like I'm grinding for loot. It just is a whole lot of fun, and even some of the missions and bosses that you repeat. Because some bosses, dungeon bosses, they are on repeat. We'll see if they have if they're going to be cycling through and changing them up, so this way it's kind of fresh throughout different seasons and whatnot. We'll see if that's the case, but right now, having a great freaking time, and I'll stop talking because I'm medicated.
No, good, man.
And take it away.
What's up with you, Fuzzy? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good as well, man. Just enjoying Diablo a good bit and trying to figure out how I can, do that end game stuff. But just made level 50 earlier today. I think I'm either still level 50 or 51 right now, but having an awesome time with it. Definitely not necessarily the game of the year for me, but up there in the top 3. But yeah, can't wait to talk about the showcase. Hype is starting to build for Sunday next week, and we got Aaron Greenberg, shooting down all these naysayers as far as stuff for the upcoming showcase. But man, I can't wait to get into these topics today. Let's do this.
Yeah, we're the same level, Fuzz, because I just hit 51. I was playing for just maybe 30, 40 minutes before the show, and I hit 51 then.
Nice.
So I think we're right on track with each other. We got a lot of we played a lot last couple days. That's for sure.
Yeah.
that was juicy, Psycho. That was nice, man. Jasper, what's up with you, man? How you doing?
Yo, I've been playing with Steel today. We've been running some World Tier 3 dungeons. We just did some Nightmare dungeons before the show started, so that's what I've been up to. Well, 59. About to be 60.
Nice.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm at 46.
Ridiculous.
You motherfucker.
I can't. I try running with Jasper, and he's just insane.
I'll go get it.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just at this point. If I die once from a boss or something, I'll just hey, Jasper, can you come help me beat this thing real quick? So he'll just join me. We'll go kill the boss real quick. I asked him to help me kill Malnock the other day, and I was running for my life the entire time with 0 potions, with a sliver of health left, and he's just clearing out the whole thing for me. So that was great. I have figured out some better stuff with my build though, so I think I'm better hanging in there soloing right now more, and it's still a lot of fun. 3-Bit, you just had a Ask 3-Bit, and now you're here. It's good seeing you again. How's it going, man?
Hey, I've been playing Diablo as well. Not so much today. I feel like everyone keeps passing me when I take these little mini breaks, but I'm ranked.
We've been past you since day 1.
Well, no, day 1 I was playing with you, so we were kind of equal. But now, you guys passed me. But I'm ranked 38, 39. And I took a break yesterday because I was playing. I went to go see Spider-Verse, and that movie was incredible. Yeah, there's a whole story of that.
Yeah,
but
yesterday you went.
I went.
You want to explain that? You want to explain why you went yesterday?
No.
I would love to hear this. The chat is probably curious what happened.
They're clamoring.
Are they curious?
Yeah, there's a whole story about seeing Spider-Verse yesterday instead of on Friday.
Yeah.
And
so okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Let's have the story. It's great. It's a 3-Bit moment. We've got to have this.
Okay. So basically, what happened was we went to the theater, right?
Mhm.
And I went to go see Spider-Verse. I was excited, sat down in my seat, getting ready to see this movie, and the people next to me, basically a guy comes to them and he was basically like, hey, my seat says H6. Yeah, I think you're sitting in my spot. And then he was like, no, my thing also says H6. I think they double booked this, whatever. He showed the time. Security came by. The security guard was like, yeah, that's weird. You know. And then a guy comes up to me, and then I assume because of what happened over there, I'm like, oh yeah, that, like, you know, it happened to me too. So a guy comes up, yeah, I think you're in my spot. I was like, no, here's the ticket. And then he was like, oh man, oh shucks. And then as I left, the guy on the left, he was like, oh, well, actually, that says the following day. It says Sunday, not today. And then I looked at it closely. I was like, oh shoot, he's right. So I went the wrong day. I felt bad, so I went and basically semi ran after the guy, and I was like, hey, actually, my ticket is tomorrow. You can sit in my spot, have a good show, and I left.
So 3-bit bought a ticket for the wrong day, and then he proceeded to leave when he found out what he had done.
I felt ashamed. I was wrong. But
Kate says, "Why is this absolutely no surprise to me? It was not a surprise to us either. He told us this. I meant to tell you, Kate, but yes, he bought a ticket for the wrong day. And then what I think is even funnier is he didn't just like go and like exchange his ticket for like a different seat or like another showing that was probably happening 30 minutes later in a different theater. He just left and was like, I'm just gonna come back tomorrow." Like, left. Because it's way more inconvenient just to wait for another showing or whatever than to actually have to go all the way home and then come back the next day.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Could you just imagine the guy that like 3-bit took the seat up? He's like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? He was probably thinking about that in the entire fucking movie watching. He's like, what the hell was this dude?
He never came back.
At least it's not what happened to you that one time in the theater when the guy just started taking a piss in the middle of the theater right next to you.
I have a lot of crazy theater stories. That one.
I'm never going to your theater. That's for sure.
The only crazy one I've had is like me and my dad went to a theater. It was just us two in there, and then like right before the movie started, one person walks in. They just sit next to us. It's like the entire fucking theater is empty. You could sit anywhere, and you sit right.
That's a creepy moment, though. At that point, I'd be nervous the whole movie. I saw a movie once, and this guy, literally, he kept shaking, and he was sitting next to me, and he like staring at me the whole time instead of watching the movie. And I was getting
shaking.
Yeah. It was. He was definitely.
Wait, did he have a shaky weight or he was just shaking?
I don't know, man. He was on something. He was tripping or something, and he was just like looking at me the whole time instead of watching the movie. And I can see him out of the corner of my eye, and I like awkwardly looked at him once, and I was just like, "What's up, man?" And I just like looked back at the theater. Yes, he did have his pants on. It's not. This wasn't this wasn't literally
theaters. Buying the seat next to him.
This wasn't 3-bits theater. The people had their pants on. But I was just like leaning like far away the whole movie for the rest of the movie, watching it.
Yeah, I've seen some things in some of the theaters. Like the one that Mav's talking about is during the Endgame premiere.
The worst possible movie for that to happen.
The worst person. He didn't want to wait to go to the bathroom. Right? I think it was like a homeless guy or something. And just during the movie, it was when Captain America first got the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I just hear drips, and then I look to the right, and he's just pissing on the floor. And the one guy next to him, he's like, "Oh, what the?" And he gets pissed, and he starts yelling at him. And I'm trying to enjoy this amazing moment, of Endgame, but I'm also very distracted.
And you
by
smell
guys.
asparagus at the same time, right?
Smell really bad. His pee smelled really bad. But yeah, and then I mean, I guess he cleared the way. People definitely did not sit next to him. So
Yeah. So, but
anyway.
but he stayed. You said
He stayed, and then security looked for him, and he ran. He ran basically out the theater, and then yeah.
Great, love
wow.
You're never gonna catch me.
All my years in New York, I don't think I've had as crazy of a moment in the theater.
it. Yeah,
That's just one story. I have too many stories, and I don't know why I keep getting crazy.
You need to move.
After me, sir.
I mean,
just move
I've
next
done.
to the nicest theater you can find. That's all you
I mean,
got.
I've done things that were
I
probably
mean-
people's what the fuck moments, but I never witnessed anything. So.
I'm sure. That's,
Yeah.
and Psycho
story
sits
for me
next
is
to
I
you
was
like
on the
this-
date.
This
That's
Jerry
all I gotta say. I
Garcia.
was on the date.
Yeah, I
so
don't want. Okay.
That's it. You know,
Oh wait, I get the gist of where that was going.
the what?
More movies should
the
come.
gist. The
Oh,
gist.
gist. Okay. I wanted
No,
to make
no,
sure I
Psycho,
heard you right.
don't, not the other J word. No.
No. Wow. All right. Alvin
Sorry,
with the
sorry.
Alvin with the $5 super chat says the only thing Greenberg is tempering is the steel in this broadsword, and I'm right there with him. Full speed ahead. Let's go.
Go.
Tom
cool.
for Toonami, welcome to the Speculators. Thank you for joining the channel. Again, you're absolutely awesome. Vik The CLiCK hit us with $5. Says you're too good of a human. LOL. I would have watched it twice. Yeah, you could have just moved and sat in an empty seat and then came back the next day. You already got
It was getting pretty full, and I don't know. It was fine. I made the mistake, so I'm not gonna like let someone else suffer because of it. You know?
Yeah, so there was no empty
Why
seats in
not?
the theater.
It was pretty. It's like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I get
it's
it. Premiere
first
night,
weekend.
yeah.
So it was getting pretty packed. So
I hear you.
I was like, it's fine. I'll just come
Good man.
tomorrow.
Good man. Well, guys, so speaking back to Alvin's super chat about Aaron Greenberg, he did come out, and not only did he not try and temper expectations, he came out and he elevated them in a couple ways, saying that all Xbox first-party games that are going to be shown at the showcase will be either in-game gameplay in an engine or in engine with some CGI, right? So there's not going to be 3 CGI only trailers like we had at the PlayStation showcase from first party. And this showcase keeps getting even more elevated, right? For me, as far as hype goes. We already know that two games to expect. Forza Motorsport said they're going to be there showing off the cover cars. And then Starfield is going to be there for the developer direct. But, when they say none of the first party games, that leads us to think there's more first party games, obviously, that are going to be there. The question is how many of them and what are they going to show? And for some of us had previously made guesses and speculation about, game reveals with the CGI trailer and stuff like that for things that are further out. But I think with Aaron Greenberg's tweet, it kind of changes the game a little bit with what's possible. But even if it is further out, they're still going to show something noteworthy of kind of giving an idea of what the game is going to be, right? So this is getting pretty damn exciting if you're a Xbox gamer, if you're a subscriber to Game Pass or any of this stuff. I think you have a hell of a show to look forward to. Also, he did say no movie trailers or TV show trailers at the showcase.
That tweet is actually one that got me more hyped than any of them.
Really?
Like, with the first one, he kind of just set expectations. So it's like, you kind of know, like, well, we're probably not going to get Gear 6 because that's farther out. So like you can still get like a logo, but you're not going to get like a teaser trailer or anything like that.
Right. What's
Only Tamer TV show?
Kate made a good point. We're talking in the car earlier when we're out, and she was like, it tells you the difference in the mentalities of PlayStation and Xbox right now. PlayStation has a movie trailer in their showcase. Xbox is having their showcase at movie theaters.
That's true. Yeah.
So
that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good thing. There's a lot to be excited for, and who knows exactly what it's going to be. But have any of you changed some of your thoughts about what to expect because of this? These tweets from Aaron.
No, but I thought it was kind of funny when he told the one guy make sure he has another set of underwear. So
yeah.
Oh, and the 4K 60 for the entire show, which is starting to lean me more towards maybe Starfield launches at 4K 60. So we'll see.
That's
4K 60 though. Like
they're streaming the showcase at 4K 60, which is interesting.
Yeah. That's since Mixer, that's the first time I think they did the 4K 60. Normally it's 1080 60 with 4K coming later or after the stream.
Right after the stream. Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe, well, let's just say maybe it's a checkerboard in 4K at 60 or something along those lines. But it's boding better for Starfield at that range now.
Something's like been itching me about Starfield the last day. Like I'm wondering, like with all this 60 FPS talk, like what if Todd Howard just like blows you away? He's like, we're doing 120, 1080. Like,
oh, no way. You know, like, okay, like a 1440 60, a 1080, 120, and a 4K 30.
Like 4K, like bells and whistles, balls and whistles.
Or like balls and whistles. 4K 30 with ray tracing.
Balls and whistles.
Mild ray tracing.
Def Leppard asked, did I rearrange my setup? No, what happened is we're using Discord right now for our podcast to bring to you guys instead of what we were using before. I was using Zoom for all the cameras and stuff. But Discord's really dumb, and for some reason, your own camera is automatically flipped in here, and there's no way to flip it, but everybody else sees you properly, but you don't see yourself. I think it's trying to create a mirror or whatever for yourself, which is I get that, but like to not even have the option of correcting it is a little weird. Unless I can't find it. Like
on my screen, it's all like three boxes, but on your screen, it's like stacked like a domino.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost Psycho.
Yeah, the Psycho
just back.
You probably mess with something.
Yeah, it's weird, but you know, it is what it is. So I screen captured this, so that's why it's like that. That's my only downside for this setup. Otherwise, it has a lot of pluses, but that's what we'll be using. If anybody knows how to switch that around, let me know. That I would love to not be backwards for y'all, but it is what it is. Psycho, like you weren't there for the prediction show, so I read your predictions and they were pretty out there, I gotta say. Voodoo Vents was one of your safe ones. Did you pull that out of your ass, or is there a reason why you think that? Or
there was a tweet by somebody at Microsoft. It was a personal account dating something about Voodoo Vents, and I think they had a screenshot. And I've heard
they had that remaster like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, yeah, and I've heard Phil talk about how he would love to have Voodoo Vents back again, and he's always stated that he's wanted more E-rated games, and we know that Double Fine's been working on multiple projects. We already saw one that came out just recently. So that it would be a game that, because they could take it to the quirky level, because Voodoo Vents doesn't have to be serious. You can put that Double Fine flavor on it, and we haven't heard of the bigger project they've been working on since Psychonauts. So this kind of gave me the inkling of possibly seeing a Voodoo Vents. It's a platformer style game.
They didn't Double Fine didn't do Voodoo Vents though, did they?
No. No, I forget who the publisher
It
were.
was Rare, wasn't it, or no?
No.
No.
It was somebody way back.
That's why
Microsoft Game Studio published it, and
because usually Double Fine doesn't like to. They like to do their own thing, though.
yeah.
It's by
But if they take
Industries.
the IP and put a Double Fine touch on it, it doesn't mean that you don't have to follow nothing from the video game itself. But here's the IP. Do your thing with it. I think that would be a great studio to take an IP that
It seems like it'd be a good fit for them. It's just
Eternal Shaddai says Beep Games was the original creator.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Beep Studios.
American Studio Beep Industries. I just looked it up.
It's just such a random one. It just was surprising to see that. What was your second one again? Because
second it was Voodoo Vince.
I was trying to look for it, but I can't find it.
And
I think he sent it a private DM to you because I never saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was private. Fuck, what was it?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, Killer Instinct. Okay, yeah, that
Killer
was
Instinct. Yeah, Killer Instinct. And then my off the wall shoot for the moon was 99 Nights. But I then remembered after that during the show, I was like, another one, Jet Set Radio could be there too because we've seen screenshots of a new Jet Set Radio.
Hey, that was mine.
Oh, was it yours? Okay. So I was so much in pain. Like sometimes I was like,
Killer Instinct would be great. Like I want it to come back. There was rumors that started a couple years ago or a year and a half ago or so about somebody working on a Killer Instinct project possibly out there. I can't even remember necessarily who even started the rumor, but I think that they've made comments before about wanting to do Killer Instinct, but they got to find the right developer for that. So if they did find the right one, who knows if it's been in the works or when the right time to bring it back is. And
I would say this year's would not be a good year. Every fighter game's coming out this year. Especially the big dogs. Like, wait till like.
Well, what if the community is more excited about fighting games now because of the amount of fighting games getting announced? That it would be like, hell yeah, or maybe it'd be better to wait. I don't know. But Street Fighter 6 is a huge hit. Great reviews. It's selling really well. People are loving it. Everybody's talking about it. I'm going to get it this week sometime as well because I've been wanting to play it. I've just been so sucked into Diablo. Then we know at Summer Game Fest, we're getting Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay. And so the Mortal Kombat 1 was just announced and it's coming out this year as well. And then who knows exactly when Tekken 8's coming, either later this year or early next year probably, or sometime next year. So there is a lot of great fighting games on the way. But I think Killer Instinct can stand up with those other titles. It just needs the right, like they said, the right team to make it. And the right, I'll say this, like the last time they did Killer Instinct, they created a great game, but they didn't really launch it with the right amount of the right system in place with the right for content distribution for the game. Like they had the season idea and it felt like a partial game at first, and like
when I first played it, like it was when the Xbox One first came out. I played the first like remake they did for it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it gave you like one character and you had to literally buy every single character. It's like, can you give me like at least like a roster?
I think that was like the free version, right? Yeah, it was free to play, so you got like a free character, and then what they did is they rotated that free character like every few weeks or something. And you could buy the thing that had all the characters in it if you wanted to pay for that as well, which I did. But like it still didn't have as much content as like a Mortal Kombat or like a Street Fighter 6 does or anything like that. So if they do it, I don't want them to cop out kind of like they did last time. I want them to do Killer Instinct in a full-fledged release. Something more similar to what we've experienced with other big fighting games before. So who knows? Maybe we'll get Killer Instinct. Would you want to see Killer Instinct, chat? Would that be like, yeah, or would you be like, oh, okay?
Okay.
I'd be like pretty excited to see it again. I think it's been some time.
Yeah,
A good enough time since the last one.
A great time to introduce it.
Yeah.
Next year, because Tekken comes out next year. Mortal Kombat comes out next year. So
You mean this year?
This year. Mortal Kombat's this year.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat is this year. Tekken is next year. So if you have 2 fighters this year, and then Killer Instinct and Tekken next year, boy, that is a stellar lineup for that genre. If you're a fighter, love fighting games, this is a great time to have game. And the best thing, nothing is pigeonholed and stuck behind a fucking console. Everything, well, except for Killer Instinct, will probably be exclusive unless they go multi-plat with this one.
And it would be exclusive. For sure.
But
so okay,
Killer
I redact my statement because I was going to say
the interesting thing is like the only reason I like have doubts about Killer Instinct coming back at all is because of where the fighting game genre is actually. Because what Microsoft kind of and Xbox has done in the past is they tend to like, okay, we want to have a game that fills a need on the platform, right? And that Phil's talked about this before, which is why they did the exclusivity deal before for Tomb Raider. And he made those comments about Tomb Raider. Well, they didn't have a game like Uncharted or whatever that was exclusive and stuff. So they went out and got the exclusivity for Tomb Raider at the time. And they had kind of used deals and stuff at times to fill like, what does the platform need? And I don't feel like they're looking at what's coming out, feel that fighting games is a need for the platform, because even though it's not exclusive, Street Fighter 6 is on Xbox. Mortal Kombat 1 is on Xbox. You know,
Killer Instinct, when they remade it and when they had like the little like other games that they made with it, like last generation, like I think that was the test case for them to see if making fighter games was worth it, and I don't think it succeeded in the way they want. So like I think it's kind of.
I think that was more because the Xbox, nothing succeeded with Xbox then though. Like if you, I'll say this to Xbox, if you take the first couple years of sample size of the Xbox One generation as a measure of success for any kind of game, period, don't do it, because everything was underselling, everything was down because the whole ecosystem had this big asterisk next to it from the casuals and stuff. Lots of us still played Xbox and loved it, but they had the whole DRM thing, and you know, like it's more expensive and less powerful, and
because that
and all that
kind of
stuff
ties into with what they're doing with Age of Empires. Like Age of Empires, like they kind of used it as a test case when they rebooted it, like on PC. Is like, do people want this? And then they saw that they did, so they just kept continuing that. And like we're at that stage where they're making new games.
Yeah, but they're in a better place than they were back then, right? So like if they were to test Killer Instinct now, it would have done 10 times better at least than it did at the beginning of the Xbox One generation.
This one launched. Unfortunately, like it had better games than the PS4 at launch, I think, but it's like the messaging was so bad on the Xbox side of things, where people really couldn't really appreciate half the games that are coming out on Xbox One, and so that's how it was back then. I think Rise came out around Xbox One.
Sunset Overdrive didn't even sell that well, and that was very well received.
Dead Rising.
Yeah, Titanfall was exclusive. It came out within the first year.
Yeah,
and
it's just bad timing.
So I feel like Killer Instinct could succeed, and I feel like they should do it. But just seeing what their mentality in the past, I would like. There's a possibility they may not think it's worth it, and when it might want to put the resources somewhere else. But who knows? Let's hope they bring it back.
I think Killer Instinct is a good. It's like a good metric to add in the Xbox characters. Remember how we always talk about like Xbox should have a thing where they can celebrate their IP. I think they kind of did that with Killer Instinct. Like they had the Arbiter. I think,
and they had a
character. They had Battletoads,
the General from Gears of War or something.
General
Ram.
That could be an opportunity they could be looking at, Mav. That's from another lens, I guess. If they decide like that, because I mean, Mav is right. The fighting genre is very niche compared to other genres. But Mortal Kombat did sell very well. I think it was one of the top games out there. Kill Instinct is a different IP, so won't sell as well as Mortal Kombat, but maybe that's the metric they could be looking at. Like, hey, what if we add all these characters in there?
Well, the thing with Killer
playing
Instinct
devil's advocate
that people love, if you're a combo, if you love that, like the ultimate freaking combo, like type fighting game, Killer Instinct is that game. Getting an ultra combo and just obliterating your opponent, having no chance to even fight back because you just did an ultra combo, and that announcer's voice just screaming ultra combo, dude, that got you so pumped that it's one of those games that you could see being in a fighting tournament alongside with Street Fighter and Tekken, and that's what Killer Instinct, that's where it could be. And for Xbox, that is brand recognition on a major platform for people that just like, Xbox has a game in this tournament. Let me see.
The thing is, though, that PlayStation owns the fighting tournaments, so like they'll just have PlayStation logos behind everything. So it'll be like, what the fuck?
Xbox, when this ABK deal goes through, Xbox will have MLB, so they can start their own fighting. MLG, sorry, MLG.
Major
so
League
they
Baseball.
can have their own. So they can have their own if they really want to. The only thing they'll have to do is either fight for either having Tekken or Street Fighter to be on the platform. Mortal Kombat, I don't really see so much as a tournament style game. That's just more of a fighting, just to see the cool freaking fatalities and playing against friends and other people in matchmaking, and just, you know, what are you going to do to them, and the finishers that you might not see, because there's finishers that you can do that they don't teach you. You have to figure it out. So it's one of those things that is, I could see.
It's interesting, like when we talk about like fighting games and like I would say like racing games and all these kind of things, because like they kind of get pigeonholed right into like they're only capable of so much, right? Because it's a genre and that's not for everybody, and you know it's and like 3-Bit mentioned niche or whatever at times. There's definite genres that are niche. However, if you look back at the history of gaming, like fighting games and racing games and games like this were not niche. They were like the games, you know, like,
and that's what's happening now with like arena shooters. Like arena shooters are kind of at that stage where they're kind of like, they're not as popular anymore. It's more battle royale centric stuff. So like, but arena shooters in the next like 5-10 years are going to be like where fighting games.
But I feel like part of the reason that fighting games have become that way is not because of the gamers and having interest in it. Because Mortal Kombat sold like crazy last generation, right? Mortal Kombat was not a niche game last generation. It sold masses. But what happened was, as most of the other fighting game franchises, the publishers relegated them to lower budgets, not giving them the full attention of the other big budget projects that they had. So guess what? You get shittier games, right? You get games that are like piecemealed, or you get games that are like don't have this full-fledged content or amount of content. Games like Soul Calibur, they've kind of ruined with some of the stuff that they've done compared to Soul Calibur back in the day, where you got a game like Dead or Alive came out, right? And when it came out, it used to be a huge game for Xbox, even in the 360 generation. But the last Dead or Alive had come out. It did that same piecemeal type idea. We're only going to make a little bit of content and then add it in later and stuff like that. And like, if you keep treating games like they're niche, then they're going to be that. But if you do what Street Fighter 6 did just now, and you put your budget behind it, you take the time, you have a full-fledged amount of content and stuff to do, then you're going to get a positive reception. You're going to get people liking the game, having fun with it, talking about it. And guess what? now Street Fighter's doing really well again. Whereas in last generation, not so much, right? Because when Street Fighter 5 came out, it was exclusive to PlayStation, but it also lacked a lot of content at launch. And that's one of the reasons it was heavily criticized back then. So I feel like you treat these games as big as they could be, and the people will turn up, right? Fighting games, racing games, RPGs, like, doesn't matter. Like, if you put everything into this game, now sometimes it doesn't work, but we've seen it before, and I feel like
you also have to make a good game and a complete game.
Yes,
and it has to work.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it has to be good, complete, and it has to work. Like, they need to do that with Killer Instinct. The last Killer Instinct was not a complete game, right? They treated it as, hey, this is an experiment. So people experimented with it. You know, do it right, do it big, and people will come, just like they are for Street Fighter right now. And like they continuously do with Mortal Kombat. And why was Mortal Kombat and Injustice the standout fighting games last generation? Because they were the big full-fledged release games that had all the content. They worked well, great multiplayer, all this stuff, right? So if you bring back Killer Instinct, I just ask you to do it the right fucking way. That's all. Anyway, let's move on. That's Killer Instinct conversation went way too long.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a great pick on my part.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. Pat myself on the back on that one.
So I think that our hype is through the roof, and I feel like the people that were saying to temper the expectations have stopped now when Xbox keeps elevating them even more. So how big is the show going to be? Like, will this be the best Xbox showcase ever?
Could be. Yeah, I mean,
definitely has potential.
Just based on what Aaron is saying, like, it's already a decent show just from how he's describing it. Because from the PlayStation side of things, they very heavily relied on third party, and I think with what we know about the show, how Xbox usually does a show, there's going to be a plethora of perspective. Here, go ahead, talk. Let me figure out what you guys are talking about.
So, with Aaron saying we're not telling you to temper your expectation. Just keep an open mind. Just know that everything you're going to see has been worked on for a very long time.
Yeah.
To me, these are games that we have not heard about. Compulsion, maybe possibly In Exile, maybe fucking id.
But see, that's where Aaron's tweet says maybe we won't get those things because we're not getting CGI trailers.
Well, you don't need to see. You don't need to. Well, it's been working on something for a very long time. If they're not to the point where they show an in-engine with some CGI or something along the lines, then that game is not coming out in the next 2 years. That would probably
that's what I'm saying. I think
2026,
the showcase
2027,
probably like the next 2 years worth of games. Like anything beyond that, we're not seeing.
They've been working. Well, I think Mav, the last time we looked this up, it's been since Doom Eternal in 2018. So that was 5 years ago.
Doom Eternal was 2020.
Was it 2020?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay. I thought it was 2018. Okay, then 2020, 3 years, maybe, because they did say some CGI within in-engine or...
No, they just said cinematic cutscenes. Nothing about CGI. Just either in-engine or gameplay.
But it's been three years since their last game, so it would be time to reveal the next game, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If it's 2 years away, and to Jasper, I agree somewhat with it, but like if you look at some of the stuff they've done, like the Hellblade 2, the initial trailer they showed was an engine. So and that was a few years ago.
It's just like usually like the route that games go is like you either get like a title thing or you get a CGI trailer for a game.
But not all the time.
Here's the thing,
not all the time, but just like most games
for
when
the
it's just
announcement.
revealed.
CGI anymore. I kind of talked about this on my show. The way that we are, like, technology wise, we don't actually need to do CGI anymore, because what CGI used to be
Was the selling pitch to, like,
the
yeah.
selling pitch, but now our technology is so good now that the in-engine is it can match the traditional CGI trailer, so they can still do some pretty. He said in-engine, so there's a lot of stuff that can.
That's where
happen
it's
in-engine
like
as well.
that was my point. We were talking about this Pong last night in party chat, and I was like, that was my point. Like, they could just like fudge it with in-engine, like for some of the stuff that's still farther out, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have stuff further out. I don't think they're gonna show anything further than 3 years away, right? But I feel like we're gonna have some stuff that's further out. I think it'll be a mix between sometime between 1 to 3 years of games, right? And like, who knows what those are gonna be? But even if they focused on 2 years, that's still like 8 games according to their 1 per quarter, right? So at that point, you could point towards with Forza and Starfield, as we know, but then you add like Avowed, Hellblade 2, Contraband, maybe Compulsion's game announced there, and who knows what else, right? But like, that's even just the bigger stuff. That's not even counting like Age of Empires 4, which is we're expecting to potentially be there as well, and games like Ara, that is coming to PC, and all these other first party things. Maybe As Dusk Falls has a season 2 trailer or something like that. Somewhat, yeah, book 2, whatever. And like, there's who knows what's going to be there, but like, they have their smaller stuff and then they have their bigger stuff. But it's cool because they have so much in the pipeline, which is what we've been saying for years that people have just been ignoring because Xbox has no games. Xbox has no games. But they have so much that they can really run with anything, and this will be a great show.
That was like my problem with it, is I just don't think we're going to get as many surprises as I initially thought before that tweet.
But Phil said surprises and surprises.
I think there will be some. I just don't think, like, before that tweet I was like, they could show anything, like, but now we're like maybe 1 or 2 surprises instead of like.
I mean, I thought that about PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna definitely see some surprises. Let's go, Siphon Filter, freaking. And then
PlayStation wasn't hyping their show up like this, though. And like, Aaron, the thing about Aaron is he's tempered expectations before, right? And tried to, or like when he felt like things were getting out of hand, and he's also.
Well, that was his tempering expectations tweet, because before the show, before he said that, everyone in the community was like, if they show fucking CGI trailers, it's going to suck. Like, that was his tempering.
Well, if that's his tempering expectations tweet, then it's just the opposite, because it's only adding more fuel to the fire, I think. And I'm looking for the exact tweet again so I can read it.
Tweets.
This one specifically, though, that we were talking about.
It's not the typical temper.
Here you go. Yeah, here we go. He said, no plans to tease, temper, or spoil anything. And this is response to somebody. He said, Aaron, I recommend posting the famous temper the expectations tweet. Some podcasts have mentioned crazy expectations for Xbox Showcase. I think the show will be great, and many of the previously announced games will be there in addition to new surprises. This came from Elrond Gaming on Twitter, and Aaron responded. He says, no plans to tease, temper, or spoil anything. Basically, he's just saying, I'm not giving you anything from his perspective, right? He's not talking about Xbox. He's talking about him, because this was addressing him, and he did temper expectations before in the past. And he says, there's no plan to do that, right? He says, no plans to tease, temper, or spoil anything. Love seeing all the wild expectations. My advice is just to come in open-minded and enjoy the ride, which is good advice, which everybody should have. But then he added this, which I think adds fuel to the fire. Appreciate the years of hard work. So many teams have put their heart and soul into this for you all. Like, when he adds, like, okay, the years of hard work, so we're expecting to see games that they've been working on for a long time here. And
I will say that maybe my point doesn't hold up as much now, because last year with the 12 months thing, we didn't get any stuff farther out. So like, we almost have a skipped year there that they've been working on stuff that they could show. So maybe we'll get like, that could we can maybe get more.
I applied that same logic to not that to say this will happen with Xbox, but like I applied that freaking logic to Sony. And I'm like, you guys haven't had a showcase in like 3 years or something like that. But yeah, I think this showcase is gonna be great. I love how at the end of that, Mav, he added hold the line.
Yeah.
Which is like just goes to show you additional step that Xbox listens to the community and actually is watching what's going on. It's my favorite thing about Xbox, honestly, is the fact that it does seem like they are looking at comments and gauging them. And I mean, I can speak to that. When during the Dev Direct, we was kind of gauging what people would want to see. We were looking at expectations and stuff like that before the showcase, and I'm sure they're doing that times 10 for this showcase.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they got in store.
So Aaron did not say he didn't have plans to hype people up. Like, because he's hyping people up right now. This all stemmed from his original tweet, which said 7 days until our first ever double feature, roughly 2 hours of nonstop games, and Starfield. Then he said,
which is everyone expects that.
Yes, 100%. But which is, he's excited, right? He's showing it off. Heart emoji, X guy, controller, rocket ships, stars, fire. I mean, these
Rocket Man.
Then in response, because he didn't even have to say this. When I say like he is hyping people up here, because somebody said this is Cheeto Gaming Live said on Twitter, gameplay of announced title, please, and CGI for unannounced title. Aaron didn't even have to reply to this with what he said. But he did go and confirm something just based on that, where he said, none of our first-party games in the show are full CG trailers. Everything is either in-game footage, in-engine footage, or in-game footage with some cinematics. Each of our trailers will be labeled, so it is hopefully clear for our fans. So, going on, he didn't even have to, he's putting out there, we're not having a PlayStation showcase here, guys. Is what he wanted to say. Like he said, we saw that PlayStation show, guys. Guess what? This is not it. This is a actual game showcase here where we're gonna focus on our big first party games, kind of. And then his other one was in response to somebody asking him to temper, and he basically just said, "No, I'm not gonna temper. I have no plans to do that. Let's go in with an open mind, right?"
Yeah. Did you see Boxenberger's tweet where he had a poll about the showcase? I think it was like ecstatic, excited but skeptical, something, and then Xbox has no games or something along the lines of that.
Xbox messed it up.
Yeah, Xbox is going to mess it up, and the hyped and actually excited but skeptical was at the moment was at 47%. So within 500 votes, but this was like 5 hours ago, so it might have changed. But so a lot of people are excited, but they're
got the guard up.
Even they have their guard up just because we saw what Sony did.
Mm-hmm.
So not only that, but what Xbox did last year too, right? Like,
well, yeah, from last year. So if they bring and show us a lot of stuff that they've been working on, that where's all these acquisitions? Where's in Exile? Where's Compulsion? Where is id, and what is? Let's see what Machine Game is working on. Let's see what we've seen a trailer for or we saw like a CGI trailer from Avowed. Let's see these games. We want to see these games that we have all these studios. You keep on acquiring studios. People want to see these games, and then Aaron coming out and saying, let's keep an open mind. And people have been working on their games for a very long time. just says that there's stuff that we're going to finally see gameplay of, or in-game engine of gameplay, or something more than a CGI trailer of said games. Now, will we see Perfect Dark? Probably not. That we probably won't see. But everything else, that's fucking up in... That's depends on what they want to show us, because we got Summer Game Fest and a couple days before, and then we have the VGA that they're probably going to hold something back for that too, because they were no show last year, so they can't be a no show this year. So they got to show something really.
Oh, they'll be there this year with Starfield as a nominee.
Well, yes, but I'm saying games that
I know
avowed or not avowed. Hellblade 2 is announced there, with the console was announced there. So they this year they cannot not show up. So they're gonna have something that maybe like a Hellblade 2 with an early 2024 release. Like a February or March of 2024 it's coming out. Or depending on if they do Avowed at the showcase, if Avowed is the end of next year, at the end of 2024, that means we'll probably get Hellblade at the beginning. But if
my guess for VGAs is like, this is just wild, but I think it would be crazy is if they showed off Age of Mythology trailer there.
I would love
at
to see
Summer Game Fest or at
no,
Game
at the
Awards?
VGAs.
At
VGA. I
Yeah.
played that on PC. That game needs to come back, and I'm glad that they announced. Yeah, no, that's all. I'm glad that it's coming back. I meant to say, sorry. The medication's kicking in, so I'm really excited. That's a fucking phenomenal game. But shit, I mean, look, we got RTSs out the wazoo, fighting games coming out of the wazoo, and it's gonna be freaking amazing. This showcase, let's go for a ride, and let's see what fucking Xbox delivers. And if they fucking kill it, then the community of the PlayStation kids can't sit there and say Xbox don't got it. If they bring it, and guess what? We're bringing it. We're no longer
the PlayStation guys are saying they don't got it right now. Is what because
they don't got shit right now.
Remember, exclusives don't even matter anymore.
Until something comes out that's exclusive, then it's going to matter.
Exactly. You can't take that goalpost back once Xbox drops all these games, right? Like it's just like a narrative that's dead. Once Colin Murray already said that on Iron Lord's podcast, the narrative from the PlayStation community about PlayStation is a place to play exclusives and Xbox has none is dead. It's officially dead, because why do exclusives even matter? Why does it even matter? Why do people even care? Why are people even obsessed with first or second party? Like
Colin Moriarty, he literally said in other interviews how it matters. Right?
Oh, he's said numerous times on his show about how PlayStation. He even said like, well, Xbox, where's their Last of Us? Where's their this? Where's their that? You know what I mean? Exactly. Xbox, and the crazy thing is, you look at the pipeline, and we've been saying this for 3 years now, and it's been frustrating waiting, right? But the pipeline for Xbox is dramatically more expansive with exclusive and first party content than what is coming for PlayStation. And I think that PlayStation Showcase was finally a realization from the community of like, oh shit, they're going in a different direction. And and now they're going to see this Xbox showcase
about Ben's IP.
Yeah, now Ben's making a multiplayer game, and so we have this PlayStation showcase full of live service stuff, and some of them multi-plat and all this kind of things. And then you're going to watch this Xbox showcase with like a bunch of exclusives as well, and it's like, what happened? What world do we live in now? Like, and that's why they can't take the goalposts back later when they have another game. They're like, oh, where's this on Xbox?
But the thing is, like, most of those people are probably going to be watching some PlayStation dude's reactions to the Xbox show, and the PlayStation going to be like, that shit, that studio made ass that last year, whatever, so it's just going to be like,
all it's going to matter is the word of mouth once these games actually get out, and like people see through the bullshit, and eventually that'll happen. And like, it's hard to get past the the cool card. You right? Xbox, you got to get the cool card back that PlayStation's had for years. But all it takes is one thing. One thing can turn everything around. It happened to Xbox in a negative way back with TV, and that whole launch of Xbox One. And it can happen to PlayStation too. It can happen. It's happened to publishers time and time again. Like they can be the best publisher in the world, make all amazing games, and all of a sudden they make crappy trash that nobody wants to play because they make a different business decision, right? And it just happens. Flip-flopping on business models and the community perception of a company can change night and day.
Yeah, and PlayStation, Jim Ryan said, "Here's the future of PS5. Enjoy." And it was multi-plat and games of service. So it's like, it's like, okay, that's the future of freaking PlayStation. Cool. And here's Xbox, and we've from announced games to games that have been data mined. There's over 60 titles that they're working on that we've heard of. Now, through Jez, Grub, Idle Sloth, there's so much out that through this pipeline. That's why when Mav is talking, says the pipeline, there's over 60 games that we've heard of, or they've heard possibly something coming along, either like a second party with certain affinity with Project Takanka, whatever.
Tanaka.
Yeah,
Tatanka, like the wrestler. Tatanka. Let's go.
So we got certain affinity there. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. There's a lot of things coming for Xbox. And with Phil, with this funny games interview, he's like with saying that he's finally seeing his vision. To me, saying that they're going to be, we'll see games coming out regularly, first party, and here's everything. Hey, and guess what? Don't forget that PS4, that beginning of that generation, this started off slow and fucking went hard towards the end.
2016 set the table for the last 7 years for PlayStation. What we think of today of PlayStation that became everything that they are. Everything that PlayStation is
after
really started with that 2016 showcase.
Yeah, I encourage people to go back and watch Mav Cast Part 2, where Mav kind of goes into the 2016 showcase and shows why that was such a better show. What the current show was. It wasn't just like the whole.
It did though, but at the same time, Xbox gave them that because they failed in 2013 with the announcement of Xbox.
Yeah, but they did. But Xbox could have had the same similar kind of stuff, right? But they didn't.
They started.
They had better games the first
3 years.
Yeah, they started very strong as the PS5 started off very strong, and we could see the not saying that Xbox is going to be 120 million consoles sold type numbers, because that mindset with PlayStation is still there. But what can happen is now that second purchase, getting either somebody like, maybe I need to pick up a console, or hey, I have a PC already, I just need Game Pass. They could play a lot of these games, and then the next generation they're leading up to, that next generation, if they were going to go towards PlayStation, might now go Xbox, because hey, I'm in the ecosystem already. I can play. If I really want to play these games natively.
I think this is the last generation that matters, to be honest. But
I think next year is going to be the last of console matters. I think next year's the next generation's the last. Then the following is going to be, because Xbox with the cloud services and everything, and it's not just, and Sony's doing it too. So don't think it's
that's
only
what
Xbox.
I'm saying. It's not going to matter as much because Sony's going more PC with it, and Xbox is kind of already there. So it's like,
yeah, but I'm saying like people want native hardware, and so right now we won't see that go anywhere. So next generation, we'll see. This battle for hardware will still be there next year, but it won't be as much.
I mean, next generation.
Yeah, next generation. Sorry,
Yeah.
it won't be as how will be the end of that.
It'll be the ecosystem wars and not the console wars. I mean, that's what it's going to transition into. And like, which ecosystem has the most content? Xbox is trying to get ahead of the ball game there as well. But like, I think consoles are still going to matter. But I think the conversation is going to change. And where people realize
the console war itself, like fighting over like, oh, this box does 13 teraflops
instead
versus this box, like, no one's gonna give a shit.
PlayStation Plus versus Game Pass.
No,
you know?
Console guys will always do that because they can't constantly go out and buying 4090s every time something pops up. You know, to spend 2 G's on a new graphics card, you know, 3 years down the road.
One more console generation, I think.
I'm not saying that they're not going to make new consoles. I'm just saying like it's not going to matter as much as it does now or last
To
year.
console guys, it will always matter though. That's the thing, Jasper. Console guys will always fucking matter because that's the whole mindset. Until
the thing
the
is,
media
us guys,
changes,
the console guys,
I know
we're getting older and older.
The thing though,
we've had the mentality with Xbox that PC is another ecosystem because that's been sold to us like 5-10 years
yeah, but
ago.
I've been
but
like
Sony, it's like
but
I think people like in PlayStation are finally starting to understand that, but like people within the Xbox community have started to understand it for a couple of years now. But then you still have your people that like only thing that fucking matters is the console race, right? And it's like it's Sega versus Nintendo back in like the early 90s, you know? And it's like we're so far past that now. People can't see
we all know that, but I'm saying that until the media gets on board with that and spreads that information and has that alignment with consoles really don't matter now because the accessibility of everywhere, console, PC, tablets, you know, the cloud gaming. Sony needs to get on board with this cloud gaming if they still want to be prevalent in the
Project Q
hardware. If they want to be still taking, they still want to be around because if they don't get on the cloud gaming, then I'm sorry, but they're going to be left behind, and they're going to be, they won't be around. Like, as fucking King David said, the PS6 is the last console. If they don't get into cloud gaming, so that's that's my understanding.
I think the big thing next is we'll see if the physical copies is the last part to go bye. Like
Xbox has done that in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, I predict by like next holiday, not necessarily. No, I guess it would be. Holiday 2024. Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to find physical copies of games. I think a lot more games will start to go digital only. Like there was, what was the game that was recently released that was digital only? Like I know Hi-Fi Rush had like a physical copy come later, but it was like
I remember hearing about it. Something.
Yeah,
but there was another game that was digital.
It's a big game.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there was
Star Wars or
no, was it
Jedi? Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan
Yeah,
Wake
that's
2.
it. Yep.
It's not gonna have it's gonna be digital only, and that's the thing because PC went digital only, and they saw, oh, look at all this money we're saving. That's why those games are $50 or $60 or $50. Mm-hmm. That unfortunately with Xbox, we went Sony tried to push the $70. Oh, we need that because of this. Well, if you went digital only, then games could be back down to a decent $50 for a game. You know, if it goes,
they won't do that.
I would
once you cross that bridge of the $70 price point, I think we're pretty much stuck here until.
But unless Xbox walks it back and announces that they decided not to go $70 for their games.
Yeah.
And they're going to go 60.
It doesn't need to be 70, honestly, because there used to be a justification for the price increase. Like, we're doing this because it's the next gen tag. I don't remember what the reasons were.
It was the games are
basically-
more
Games
hard
cost more.
to
Games
make,
cost
and they're
more,
like
whatever.
ridiculous. It's so
But
much, it takes to
it's
make
so
these
ridiculous
games.
because games nowadays make more money than they have ever
Yeah,
made.
they're always
they're making
record profits.
profits.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I gotta get to a couple super chats. Alvin hit us earlier with the $5. Appreciate you again. Alvin says Killer Instinct had no budget. Max basically made the trailers for free, and Mick Gordon did season 1 and 2 original soundtrack effectively for free. The whole dev cycle was a miracle.
That
Yeah,
was
and then they
crazy.
lost their developer to Amazon, who got bought, and they had to get season 2 made by Iron Galaxy. Eternal Shaddai hit us with a very generous $20 super chat, dude. Appreciate it, Eternal Shaddai. He said, "This is what I see. Sega has a really good relationship with Microsoft. All Yakuza games are in the Game Pass services. This year, we saw Dead Space, Dead Space remake, Resident Evil remake, Alan Wake 2, Evil Within 3 announcement, and finish with Condemned 3. So yeah, maybe we see Evil Within 3, and Condemned. That's possible. Evil Within 3 has been kind of hinted at, a little bit. I feel like.
Didn't they say that they're not doing Evil Within? They said they're doing a different horror game though.
No, I don't think so.
I thought they said that they're doing a different horror game.
I don't think they said that. Maybe they did.
Okay.
I don't remember them saying that. I remember them saying, like, when they announced Hi-Fi Rush, this was a different project for us. But
I think I remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I know what Jasper's talking about. They might have mentioned
They're working.
title.
Yeah, they were working on
Tango?
something that wasn't Evil Within. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a it was supposed to be more of like a traditional JRPG, like almost like
but
an
yeah, but they're a
anime
2-team studio
style.
now, so like I feel like they could do 2 different games.
They probably can.
Yeah, I mean they have been, because Hi-Fi Rush was a separate team, right? So whatever Hi-Fi Rush team was working on, maybe they're going to work on other stuff now, and then the core team,
Whoever's doing
maybe something
who
else.
did the Evil Within 2 DLC is working on the next title, which is probably Evil Within 3. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I would almost rather see them just continue the Ghostwire Tokyo story.
Yeah,
That's
if they actually put the time and money into that franchise and really polish it up, I think they really have something on their hands with the new fan base, because it's really that Japanese mythology is really freaking cool. The supernatural aspect, we really don't see games like that so much. I think the last mythology game that we've gotten with was it Otogi, phenomenal game from Software that was exclusive for the OG Xbox, and just really love to see more games like that. And it's a Japanese studio, so it's like really they just have they need to get either on board and get Sega or Square or both, and get their footing in Japan and start. People see what they're doing, and it could turn around for them in that market. So
yeah,
great things to expect out of Xbox soon.
yeah.
And sort of jump back into the showcase. I mean, Xbox is kind of in a unique situation where people feel like they have to deliver more than PlayStation on more of a consistent basis in order to invest in their ecosystem, right? So Xbox has already done some pretty great things, and I think in terms of third-party games, it does make more of an impact on the Xbox side because Game Pass, most of those third-party games that they show most likely will be in Game Pass. and even they just have to almost over deliver. People feel like, which is kind of insane. Like they'll have a show that's greater than PlayStation, but then they have to like double on top of that.
Interesting thing I just saw a few minutes ago. Idle Sloth had tweeted this out. Shout out to Idle Sloth. That Phil Spencer's going to be on Giant Bomb after the Xbox showcase. So here's the thing, right? Not only Phil Spencer, but Phil Spencer and Matt Booty. He said, FYI, Phil Spencer and Matt Booty will be appearing on Giant Bomb with Jeff Grubb and is it Timur Hussein and Lucy James after the Xbox showcase on June 11th. So I feel like, I don't know, this is just like shaping up. You go and make an appearance on a show on a major gaming media platform right after a big showcase. Like, I feel like they're preparing to talk about awesome stuff, and that I wouldn't think if they weren't super proud of the show, they'd put themselves in a spot. You know what I mean? Like, to have Phil Spencer and Matt Booty show up, I feel like this is, I don't know. I'm really starting to think this is a slate show. This is going to be that 2016 moment for Xbox where they like, this is what you have to be excited for years to come. Like that 2016 PlayStation show that set the stages for the last 7 years of PlayStation, where they showed so many different big time exclusives at that showcase. And they showed a lot of gameplay and engine and stuff like that at that showcase of those games as well. Games like Spider-Man, Days Gone, Death Stranding, God of War. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima was at that one. Maybe it was. I don't remember.
No, it was because
at 2016
because it was delayed because it was supposed to come out in 2017, then it was delayed 2018, delayed, and finally came out in 2019.
I don't remember if I saw that when I was going back through it the other day. But they had Death Stranding there as well. They had Last Guardian, which was an exclusive, big third-party title for them.
That didn't do very well.
Yeah, but it was a big. Everybody had been waiting years to see the Last Guardian.
Oh, yeah.
It was all that everybody had. Last Guardian, Last
Days
Guardian.
Gone.
Yeah, Days Gone, Spider-Man, for Horizon. They had God of War. Detroit Become Human was there, and they had gameplay for a lot of these games.
And they had a VR segment.
They had a VR segment, but that was a little bit different thing because it was like VR hadn't even really happened. Like it was the next thing, right?
Matt, let's put our tinfoil hats on. With that little video trailer thing that they tease with the glitter, and Matt Booty constantly saying, "I wish that I could show you Fable. I want to show you Fable. I want to show you. It looks amazing." That because I just saw the super chat from Jay Rambert. Says Giant Bomb is a PlayStation platform, in my honest opinion. So if they're trying to, if that platform is a PlayStation centric platform,
it's a multi-platform, but it's like all games media. They push PlayStation.
But if they show Fable and it fucking is highly or well received within the community because of what they see, and it has the flair of the touch, the style of Fable, but more in a real mature, more fantasy based aspect of the universe of Fable. I think it's one of those games that are going to shock a lot of people, and possibly why they're going out and saying, "Hey, we're going to do this freaking podcast literally after the showcase because we're that confident of what we're going to show you guys." And it could very well.
Matt Booty doesn't do this stuff very often.
No, he does not. He does not. We don't see the man hardly ever.
He did a PAX West interview last year.
Yeah. But it's very rare. That was when was the one before that? Exactly. To time this for the both of them immediately after the show, and Matt Booty potentially being there, like, I mean, it adds focus to first party studios as well for me, right? Because that's what he's in charge of. So I'm getting more excited and more excited. I'm about to explode with excitement over Xbox's showcase, and I'm not going to temper my expectations. And I got to say this too, right? About tempering expectations of this whole thing, right? Because that's what's on the thumbnail. If you can't handle being disappointed, then temper your expectations, okay? If you got to know yourself, right? If you're the type of person that's like, just gets excited for something and then it didn't live up to it, and you're mad at the world for a week, and like you can't eat and you can't sleep, and you hate everybody, and you get angry at people that you feel like lied to you and all this kind of stuff, then you're the person that needs to temper your expectations, okay? The rest of us that have this ability to be excited for something and then still either criticize or accept whatever they give us, we're living in hype mode right now, right? We're living in hype mode because there's nothing telling us not to be fucking hyped for this show. There's all these clues about why we should be hyped for this show. If you're a Xbox gamer, if you subscribe to Game Pass, if you're involved in the ecosystem, if you like gaming conferences or gaming showcases, period, I have a strong feeling that this is going to be one of the best we have seen, and possibly the best ever in Xbox's history, because that's where they are right now with the pipeline of stuff that they have set to reveal. They took a year off last year. They're like, let's just do this 12 months thing. They're like, no, we're not doing it anymore. Let's just go all out. Let's reveal the slate, what we hoped they were going to do last year. They've been preparing it for this year. And I think that's what's going to happen. And we're going to see this, and everybody's going to be like, holy shit, all these games are in Game Pass. Oh my God.
In the next 2 years, you'll be able to play.
Right. But they're on the Game of Quarter now. Phil already confirmed that too. So like that narrative's dead. There's so many dead narratives right now that used to be used against Xbox that you can point to facts and actual statements that counteract all of that. Now is the time to be excited. If you like anything to do with this time of year for gaming, and I am fucking hyped. Let's go. Xbox Showcase. And it's not just that, because guess what here, everybody? We're going to be co-streaming that Xbox Showcase on this channel. Not only that, we're going to be co-streaming the Xbox Showcase Extended on this channel, which is on the 13th. Then we're also going to be doing Ubisoft Forwards on the 12th, Capcom Show on the 12th. We're going to be co-streaming the Future Game Show. We're going to be co-streaming also the Summer Game Fest on the 8th. We'll probably stick around for Devolver Direct or Devolver Digital's show after that as well. If you want to be hyped and have fun with us watching the shows, tune in. Kate's already hard at work on getting the thumbnails and events set up on the channel, so you can go ahead and hit the notification bell on all those as well if you want to hang out with us and watch some gaming goodness. But I feel like we're about to let's go ahead and get into tidbits soon. Yeah, it's like, go ahead. You know, like there's not a whole. We're all fucking just hyped for showcase season. What else? What else even matters? ABK, fuck it. It can wait. You know, it'll wait. We'll talk that stuff after the showcases, right? I am curious about Capcom's thing though, because I will say this, because they just announced theirs, that we've had a couple of years now where they focus so much on Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. I'm hoping this is a different year.
Well, you know, you're going to see Exo Primal.
Exo Primal, yeah. But what else? I feel like there's open door. They could do anything, you know.
Is the Resident Evil VR shit out yet for Zim?
I don't think so. I think that comes like July or August or something.
Hey,
bro,
what just happened?
What if they finally show off fucking oh my god, it's that fucking game, you're fucking, oh my god, what's it called? Why can't I remember it? Oh my god, it was just there. I just thought of it. It's Snow.
Lost Planet.
Yes, Lost Planet. What if they fucking finally show off?
They'll be there with Voodoo Vince.
You be there with Voodoo Vince.
Lost Planet would be amazing. Also, a Dead Rising would be great. I want to see either one of those come back. Other than that, Marvel versus Capcom. Let's go Marvel versus Capcom. I would love to see that come back as well. And if Street Fighter 6 is keeps being a huge hit, I think that adds to the potential that they will piggyback off of what they built with that and do like another Marvel versus Capcom. Especially with as easy as it is to do deals with Marvel right now, it seems like. All right, everybody. Let me know when you're ready, Jasper. Then I'll roll the promo.
All the trailers are in there and just waiting for you to.
All right. Hey, everybody. Guess what? One more segment on this show. And it's called...
What's in your mouth? No,
that's not called What's in Your Mouth. It's called Tidbits. And this is the part of the show where we look ahead at games releasing for the week. And there's some decent ones here, but we'll get to the first one. And that is let me see what it is.
Amnesia the Bunker.
Oh, Amnesia the Bunker by Frictional Games.
Yep.
$30. You said it's coming tomorrow, Fuzz?
Yeah.
Xbox One, XS, and PS4 and PC. No PS5 version?
I'm assuming they just have to play the PS4 version at this point in time. I don't think they made a PS5 only version of this at launch or anything. But there is another episode in the series. I forget what it's called now. It's like Freedom or something along those lines that they had for the PS5 and PS4. But this does come to Game Pass.
Does this have a PC?
Yes,
yeah,
PC.
it's on PC as well.
So it's probably because it's easier to port PC over to Xbox.
Oh, and you may have heard of this game, Diablo 4.
What is this game? Oh my god, it looks amazing.
$70 on 6/6.
Never heard of it.
I paid 100.
Yeah.
Isn't it can't you play it now if you just bought the $60 version now? Like it just went live
I think
today.
so. Like they
Yeah,
started
the servers
opening
went
up the
live.
floodgates at 4 or 5, I think it was.
Nice.
Now the servers are down because all the new people are jumping in.
So I finally got my AC fixed today, and I was playing Diablo while they're working on it, and the AC guy's like, "Is that Diablo 4?" Like, yes, it is. I was like, "I'm level 48 sorcerer. What are you?"
I love how it's now they have the Diablo 4 backgrounds and stuff. Just starting those deals early, with Activision.
Oh, when this is first party, they gotta have those dynamic backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
It says footage captured on a PC with Xbox settings. Whatever that means.
They just lowered the graphic settings to meet Xboxes.
Yeah, I guess. I will say that this game on a Series S and a Series X performs and looks incredible.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm blown away at the Series S version, actually. I mean, it's awesome. All right, next up we got Harmony, The Fall of Reverie.
Rated mature.
$30 on the 8th.
Yeah, this is just on Nintendo Switch and PC.
Ed Enzo says I was the AC guy. Nice. Shout out to Ed. Thanks, you did a great job. I'm not sweltering up here during our show anymore.
This is Harmony, The Fall of Reverie.
Mm-hmm.
Does 3-Bit realize he's on mute? I haven't heard him in a while.
Is he?
I talked, right?
No. Have you? When?
I
I'm pretty
said
Okay.
that, I don't remember what I said.
You said the Diablo, they added the backgrounds to the dashboard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
So far, all the logos have been.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, the art style is pretty sick.
It's a Switch to PC game, so go out there and play it.
We gotta see gameplay then. Wait, we'll wait till we see gameplay.
Switch and PC.
Harmony.
No gameplay. Harmony.
I like
was
the
an
art style
announcement
of that though. It's pretty cool.
Modo GP.
Oh, we gotta mute this one, Jasper.
There you go, Jasper.
It's muted for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is
weird
it?
for me, too.
Yeah.
No, I hear it.
So far, it's good.
You can unmute it yourself. but
Oh, individually. Okay.
I muted it on my end because I didn't know if it would go like if you were capturing like my
That's that grass looks so bad.
setup or whatever.
It
was.
doesn't seem like it's a licensed one. I can't tell. It's what it is. But this is MotoGP 23. It's releasing on everything.
Definitely the most dangerous
$50.
sport, in my opinion. Or one of
Yeah.
the most
Is that coming to
dangerous
Xbox Game Pass?
I don't know if it's
Not
on
Game Pass.
It's on Xbox.
They've already done the Game Pass announcements this month, haven't they? Or at least the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't
For the ones
super-
prior to the showcase, yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't super. Crazy. That's because they're saving things.
I wish I was more into motorcycle racing, but
It's just scary, man. Like if you fall, I guess you have some armor, but
I mean,
There's no.
you got the
I mean-
leathers
no
that
armor.
will help you not have that road rash, I guess. You
Yeah,
could
you
say,
just like
but,
slide and shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
but that's
biggest thing
it
that
for
scared me from motorcycles is just drivers in PA.
yeah.
I've known too many people in PA that
Don't know how to
drive well or ride well on a motorcycle, and distracted drivers either took them out or just about took them out. So
Hold on.
I gave up my dreams of having a Buell pocket rocket, I guess you could say.
Ooh.
Well, guys, I got to ask the panel because last time it was just me and Jasper and Fuzz couldn't really take part when we're doing this last night because we figured out after the show. But this is how we're going to do the co-stream for the showcase with this implementation, so we can actually watch together this time. and
Yeah,
not
we're all
have our own
synced up.
Feeds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, I mean
It's good
that's
quality.
one best way so no one is watching it ahead of time, spoiling anything for everybody.
Pong's always like 3 seconds ahead of us, and he's like, and he calls it out. He's like, "Oh, Resident Evil 8," and then we see,
Yeah.
"What's this
I'm
game?"
like, dang. And then he was like, okay, I'll stop, and then he does it again.
oh!
He's like, oh.
Yeah. So this will be great. We'll be in
It's pretty
sync.
cool.
We'll hear the same thing and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna use a different thing for our videos. So because look at this. If you look at the show, well, let me join the activity again so I can show them real quick. This is how tiny we are for our reactions. So we can't use this for the camera on our co-stream. So we'll be using Zoom, and we'll just mute ourselves on Discord and not
No
use our
camera on
cameras.
Discord. Camera
no
on
camera,
Zoom.
no mic on Discord. We'll do Zoom for the cameras, and we'll watch together with this because we
Okay.
can't have reactions in these little miniature micro machine size squares down here where nobody can even see us. That'd be ridiculous. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're really there to watch the showcase, so
Yeah, for sure.
They're watching our reaction.
Well, I mean, if you just wanted to watch the showcase, you just go watch the showcase. They're coming in to hang out with us, right?
Okay.
So
but they don't want to see my big ass ugly face.
yeah, they do. They want to see. They want to see you celebrate to the games.
Yeah, be like, oh.
Yeah. You can be on one of those Xbox sizzle reels where they show the hype video of all the reactions to things.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking forward to watching all those shows together with you guys. Anyway, chat, you guys have been rocking and rolling, and I appreciate all of you being here. One other note I wanted to mention, and I can't remember what it was right now. Damn it! I thought of this when we were watching the tidbits, and
Diablo?
No, it had to do with the showcase and some speculation about something. And I thought of it during tidbits, and it was on the cusp of my mind just a second ago, and I just lost it.
ABK related?
No. There was I think the Diablo trailer melted my brain, and I forgot about what I was going to say. And it was something I had thought about earlier today, too. Damn it. I hate when that happens. And now I don't even know what it is. And I feel like I just want to ramble until I remember. But then I can't sit there in silence and think because we have a show to do. So it's an awkward position to be in. Somebody's talk for a while. Let me think.
Was it like a new theme or is it more something like...
It's basically what we're going to expect at the showcase, you think?
There was something about it. But like, here's the thing. If y'all ask me, was it this? That almost makes it worse because it's never that. And then I start thinking about that, So y'all talk about the Xbox showcase, and I'm going to think for a minute.
I think we're going to see a lot of stuff coming from Compulsion. I think we will see stuff from studios we haven't heard from in a little while. I know Jasper is going to temper his expectation like always.
What about shadow drops? Anybody think that there's going to be a shadow drop?
That's what I was.
Hi-Fi Rush DLC. That's it.
I'm thinking we get a Forza demo, at least the motorsport demo.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of like a shadow dropping either something with Forza, either the entire fucking game or or a demo for Forza. Because I mean, even if it gets pushed a little further out of the September, maybe we're looking at October, maybe no later than early November. But the demo will kind of give you a taste of what they're doing. I think that'd be kind of neat. I know Jasper will be playing the hell out of it.
Playing what?
That Forza Motorsport demo.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
It would be nice if they did like
say that about most games.
But I don't like the motorsports part of Forza. Like, I don't know. It seems too like confining. It's like
just being on a track.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sim racer. That is the typical sim racer. The GT7 guys are gonna be like, oh damn, this motorsport is fucking way superior.
I'm only giving motorsport a shot just because it looks so good this year. That's the only reason I'm playing. Is just because it's like one of the best looking games.
I wonder
now,
if
do you have a steering wheel or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Jasper has 3. They're just not in the picture.
If I was gonna get like that, I want to get like one of those like air like cockpit like joysticks where you can like fly planes with. I think that would be really cool to like fly a spaceship or some shit.
Yeah, for Starfield. How cool is that? If you can use the flight simulator controls for your for that game, that'd be insane.
I know some people do that for Star Citizen, so I wouldn't.
There was like I think it was either Everspace 2 or something. I was watching. There was like a short clip on Twitter like last month where I saw like someone like flying through like valleys and shit and like on some like desert planet. And I was like, I want to do that. And they had like 2 like airplane like thrusters sticks.
Thrusting.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Now with what do you guys think that we'll see from the Starfield direct? Do you think we're going to see more of the same, or will they show us in-depth base building, shipbuilding? Will they show planetary travel? Will they show?
I think you're gonna. Todd's gonna come out and be like, "This is Starfield. This is 10 times better than anything we ever made. It just works. We got lighting from 3 suns on this planet, and it all works."
I think we see a little bit of everything, like
Yeah.
maybe a starter mission, a little bit of gun combat. You get in your ship, you travel to another planet where it has like a nice sunset. You explore for minerals and where you want to set up your outpost or something like that. Maybe recruit.
Yeah,
We'll
they're
see
going to show
about
off
having
all
like.
how all the mechanics work.
I don't think they'll show all, but at
All,
least
but
the
like
the main
the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would like to see how base building works out. Is it going to be similar to the Fallout 4, how they did that base building?
I hope not, but
or will how will it be? Will it come out construct like in a blueprint form?
Well, we kind of saw that in
pan
what
out?
was it, the first trailer? Like we saw him like putting down like, was it like a wind turbine or something like on the planet?
Yeah, like it just depends on how they, because in Fallout you're in that first person view and you're placing it. Will it, like, you go into construction mode, will it pan out overhead and then you'll be able to build your base, and if you have enough resources, and build however it is, like that, so you can have that overhead view of it. That, to me, that'd be freaking awesome. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Matt
we'll
fucking
see.
can't figure it out.
His mouth is so dry right now he can't talk.
I lost it, guys. It's not coming back.
We fucking try to stall, brother, and
It's gone.
yeah. Watch, we end the show and you're gonna be like, motherfucker.
Tried everything.
You're gonna remember it right when we fucking
You tried a lion, a hippo, a horse. You ate all the animals. You don't know what it is.
And so your thought was something about the showcase? That's what it was?
Something about the showcase. Yeah, this is exactly what it was. And that was going to that direction, 100%.
Was it something someone said? Was it something that you saw?
I have no fucking clue. It's gone. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Well, you made mention about the Phil and Matt Booty doing the interview after the fact on Giant Bomb. I'm just wondering, did they finally cut off a lot of Jeff Grubb's insider sources and then kind of, rub it in his face that there will be
that'd be its comment 3-bit.
I just couldn't hear freaking Matt eating his animal crackers trying to remember. That just killed me. I just couldn't. You didn't remember, Matt?
No, you know what? It's okay. We'll get everybody out of here. I'll try and remember for the next show.
Okay.
He's gonna remember during outros.
We will. Like I said, we're doing all those. We're doing all those co-streams coming up. So there won't actually be a traditional PM in the PM this week. Instead, we're going live at I think what time was it for the Summer Game Fest? I put the schedule in our chat earlier. We're going live at. Give me a minute, and I'll tell you.
I couldn't remember if it was in the family or the game one, but
we're going live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday to cover Summer Game Fest, and we'll be talking about that with a co-stream, and then we'll stick around and do the Devolver Digital thing as well.
Nice.
And then on Sunday, or wait, Saturday actually, or wait, no, what's on the 10th? Is there anything on the 10th?
Future game shows, 12:30.
Yeah, on Saturday we'll have Future Game Show. Sunday is the Xbox Game Showcase, as well as the Starfield Direct. But there's another thing that just happened too. I think it was the Capcom show. Yeah, the Capcom show is Monday. That's right.
And then I think Ubisoft is Monday as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 12th.
Yep. And then the 13th is the Xbox Showcase Extended. So we're gonna do all those shows, and then we will also have Friday's show for Xbox Ultimate. So lots coming to you this week, guys. So stay tuned. Vik The CLiCK with the $2 super chat says, "I'm buying you Sun Alpha Brain, bro. You need it." Thanks, man. Yeah, I have a horrible memory. But hey, let's get everybody out of here. Hey, Psycho, where can everybody find you?
Yes, sir. just want to say shout out to everyone that came out tonight in chat. You guys are phenomenal. Some great conversations going on tonight. Awesome to see you guys coming out. Can't wait. This week's going to be amazing. And then we got to go into next week. So great things coming. Always a pleasure doing this podcasting with you.
I thought you said
Jasper.
doing business with you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great doing business with y'all.
Yeah.
No, it's great doing podcasts with you guys. Jasper, 3-Bit, man, Fuzzy. Always a pleasure. And Caitlin making those never mind. Amazing thumbnails. I was gonna go with a spectacular word, but yeah. Anyways, find me everywhere Monday, social media, and here. Fuck, the medication's really kicking in. You can find
Seems
me
like it's wearing
here.
off.
No, it's really kicking in. Monday, 10 o'clock, FSP. Also, Friday, Xbox Ultimate, 10 o'clock. You can find me there. Social media, Psychonauts 8. I've been kind of tame this past week because I've been busy playing Diablo.
Yeah. Diablo.
Oh. What the fuck?
Jasper, where can everybody find you?
Yo, check it out. Lord Jasper Twitter, Lord Master Jasper YouTube, AI Game News Twitter. That's where I'm at. You can find me there Monday, 10 o'clock, and Friday, 10 o'clock, FSP and Xbox Ultimate on the Fun Speculation Network. And yeah, the showcase reacts this week. So that's where I'm at.
Right on. And Fuzzy Belvedere, what about you, bro?
Oh, just awesome being on here with you guys. Thanks for everybody that came out to watch us and those that will catch us on replay. For those that want to hear my endless rambles and rants and hype building for not only Diablo, but the showcase coming Sunday, just follow me on Twitter, Fuzzy_Belvedere. And then hopefully see you guys on Xbox Ultimate this Friday and maybe some streams throughout the week, some reaction stuff and whatnot. So
Right on. Appreciate you,
to it.
Buzz, as always. And 3-Bit, where can everybody find you, sir?
Everyone can find me on Twitter at i3bit. Jasper just started some weird thing on Discord. Yeah, I was dying because freaking Map couldn't remember what it was, and he was eating animal crackers, and I kind of lost it. But yeah, you guys can check out my show as 3-Bit. I just had one right before the show. I'm not gonna have it every week. I just decided because my work schedule is kind of crazy, but I will definitely try. Mondays seem decent. I'll just keep you guys in the loop when we do have a show. But appreciate you all. Thank you guys all for coming. This was a great show. We're all super excited about the Xbox showcase. There's going to be a lot of great surprises. So I'm looking forward to everyone seeing them and getting to react with you guys. So love you all, and you guys are great. So I'll see you guys on the next show. I'm on FSP on Mondays, Ask 3-Bit, kind of spontaneously, but we'll see. Mondays, maybe Wednesdays, we'll see. And yeah, check out my Twitter for giveaways and things like that. Things I work on. All that. Love y'all. Apparently, we're playing a Discord game. Love y'all. I'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one, man. And thanks to everybody here and everybody in the chat again. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you all again real soon. Have a great night. Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
No, you just forget about Fuzzy. He doesn't get an outro.
No, I went to Fuzzy.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
You're lost in your meme world there. Peace out.
Wait.